That's
that.
crazy.
I appreciate that.
Black don't crack, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
Unless you're
hey,
using it. Okay.
hey. Yeah.
Walking like you talk it, and talk it, going and shout it out. So tell it like it is, don't be selfish. Now tell me what you mean, be free, alright?
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Kiari Moon, and we have an electric show for you today. Listen, our next guest has been my good friend for quite some time now. Check this out. He is a lead non-destructive X-ray technician, an entrepreneur, a food connoisseur, a husband, a father to 5, 2 boys, and 3 beautiful daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my good friend, Eric Davis.
What's going on, man?
Listen, we are here.
That's right.
We are here. We have arrived to
That's
this moment
right.
right
That's
here.
right. That's right.
First of all, you look great.
Appreciate it.
Before we even dive
Appreciate
into it,
you look amazing too.
Hey, I
You look
appreciate it.
amazing too.
I had to for you. Look, I knew you were coming,
Right.
so I had to put on my best cologne. I got it from Walmart, so it's one of them knockoff brands. So I had to, put it on for you. But those shoes are killing though.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Y'all can't see it from the camera, but I'm gonna insert the picture so you guys can see these shoes that he has on. They're absolutely amazing.
Appreciate it.
Like,
man.
I mean, that's crazy. Where's my shoe cam?
I like shoes, man. I'm always trying to, find different types of shoes, and also I'm a shoe sneaker head, so anything that come out, I'm on it every weekend.
About how many pairs of shoes do you got?
Probably about 100. I don't.
100?
That's light work. Yeah.
Oh.
100 pair.
Oh.
Yeah. That's not. Some people got like 1,000. So yeah, just to have 100 pair of shoes is nothing. But I'm always adding. I'm always giving them away.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm always like the shoes that I don't wear. I either give them to my sons or people that need them.
Wow.
All
man.
the time. Yeah.
See, that's why you've been my good friend for so long, because you're a good person. You're a good person, and I'm so glad to have you here, Eric. And I don't normally call you Eric. I'm gonna call you E.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I call him, guys. Like, you can't call him E. I call him E. Okay. E, it's so great, to have you here in this moment to, just tell people, give people behind the scenes of how you got into, the field that you're in right now. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your family.
Right.
We're going to talk about, just so many aspects of your life that honestly could help other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like going into your field, like they may have the same upbringings or struggles like you, so I definitely want to touch on some of those.
Right.
Just to start off, so you're from St. Petersburg, Florida, right?
St. Petersburg, Florida. Yep, which is, a lot of people don't know about St. Pete, but it's actually about 30 minutes from Tampa. So Tampa is the big city that everybody knows. Yeah. Nobody knows about St. Petersburg because we we're a little, I ain't gonna say country, but we're a little town down there that's kind of forgotten about. But a lot of famous people come from there, from Rod Wave, a lot of football, NFL players.
The Rod Wave.
Oh yeah, the Rod Wave. Yeah, he's from my town. A lot of NFL players. So yeah, it's a little city right there up under Tampa.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Born and raised.
You come from there.
Yeah, and I come from there.
Man, that's amazing.
Born and raised.
So many great things come from Florida. Starting from the beginning, right? So in your childhood, so you played football. I hear you. Did you play basketball, or was it just football? Or?
No, I love playing basketball more than football, but football was what I was better at. So, so I didn't play till high school, but once I got in high school, everybody's like, you got to play. And, back in my day, I'm 45 years old. So back then, it wasn't much to get into.
And you don't look a day over 30.
Hey, I appreciate that.
That's crazy.
I appreciate that.
Black don't crack, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Unless you're using it. Okay.
Hey. Yeah, so.
Wow.
Right. So back in my day, it wasn't really nothing to do but either play sports or you're going to be in the streets selling drugs. And that's just my environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I use that to get away from my childhood environment on what I was dealing with as a youth.
Now, did anybody like influence you to go into sports? Like your dad, your mom, your uncle, cousin?
No one.
No one.
No
Was
one.
you just like, hey,
Just
I'm
the
gonna
hood.
just
Yeah, just the
wow,
hood.
okay, okay. It was
You
kind
know,
of like the thing to do.
Right.
Right. All right. So I also MVP for what, 2 years in a
Yeah,
row?
2 years in a
4
row,
years
my
in a row?
junior and my
Okay.
senior year. So I played, of course, 4 years in high school. Started varsity in the 10th grade. Um, Led my team in tackling, and which was kind of crazy because as a sophomore, you got seniors on the team
Yeah.
that's they supposed to be the leaders. But here my coaches is telling me you need to come lead. And I'm like, man, I don't want to tell these seniors what to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of nervous for me to kind of be up there telling them, like, hey man, you need to do this or you need to do that, or I'm sending you out the game. Like I had to be a captain as a pup. So yeah, so my junior and my senior year, I became into my own and I was that dude. So I won
That's
MVP, yeah, my junior and my
crazy.
senior year. Yep.
Congratulations. Like that's amazing. Like
yeah.
to do something at that, to do something like that and lead that young is absolutely amazing. I think it's
Right.
a testament to where you are right now in
Right.
your life, right? Like the
Right.
connection between the two.
Right.
So, a lead non-destructive tester.
Right.
Explain to me what that is. Like,
Right. So
what is that?
So, okay, so any type of components you might have, aerospace, pipeline, a truck engine, nuts and bolts, anything that you use to keep things that got to be tested in order to make sure that it's safe for use.
Right.
What we do is we do the testing. Non-destructive meaning we can test the parts without them being destroyed.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? So while they're in service or out of service.
So how do you do that though? Like, what do you use?
Well, okay, so it's a bunch of different methods. So you can do visual testing, which is called your VT certification. You can do liquid penetrant testing, and a liquid penetrant testing it's an actual chemical spray that you would spray on red dye penetrant. You would spray it. Say like this was like a metal. Say you had like a metal component,
right,
and it had a weld on there. I would spray that on there, give it 10 minutes, wipe it down, and spray it's called a developer on there. And then the red dye, if it was any type of defect in this material, the red dye would spit out.
Stop.
So it's letting you know if you have anything wrong with your actual component. So a wing on an airplane, any airplane you fly, even in the military, they actually have that same department in your military to test out.
I was going to just ask you about that too. Like, what's the connection between like the military as well?
Oh yeah, because y'all got fighter jets, y'all got submarines, big in the submarines.
Right.
So we do a lot of the testing on submarines. Yeah. So you got liquid penetrant, you got magnetic particle, which is same thing. You spray a film on there, and then you use a magnetic yoke, which is what it does is, when you spray the white on there, it's a white and a black, and I'm quite sure y'all not gonna understand exactly what's going on with this.
It's a lot, ladies and gentlemen.
It is a lot. It is a lot. But when you spray that on there, and then you put your mag yoke on there, and then you spray this black paint on there, the white is illuminized or luminescent.
Illuminates, right?
Illuminates, and the black will go into if it's a crack, or if it's something wrong with that material. So of course, if it's cracked, you can't use it. Because then it can break off or be destroyed while it's in service.
Wow.
So what I do is I would spray that on there, put my mag yoke on there, and what it does is it sends a magnetic field there, and the black will actually come to the forefront and show me wherever an indication is. And if it's indicated or if it's bad, I got to take it out of service, or I have to make them go back and redo it. And then, so that's another form. Then we also have ultrasonic testing, which is like a UT. Like when a woman is pregnant and then they go into the emergency, they go to the hospital, the ultrasound. So I do that. I use that same type of deal on the pipe. Yeah. What? So I put the gel on there, same way they do on a woman's belly, and then I go over it, and I can tell how deep the discontinuity is.
Wow.
And if I see it, I call it, I judge it, and then it's codes, so you have different limitations. So if it's like a centimeter, it might be within regulation, but if it's out of that, then I gotta call it a repair, and then they gotta go and replace it. And the biggest thing I do is radiograph, which is a RT technician, which what we use.
Radiograph. What is that?
So that's almost okay. So say you go to the hospital and you're getting X-rays done.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Oh no, so you're
So a
dealing
radiologist.
with
It's like a
radiation. So you're
radiologist.
dealing with radiation.
I'm dealing with actual gamma
Oh,
radiation.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no. So are you full of radiation right now?
No.
What's the biggest misconception of your job? Like, is that true? Like,
it is dangerous because we do have things that we call PPE.
Okay.
Right.
Protective what?
Personal protective equipment.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So you use that in order to pick up the radiation because what
Okay.
people don't know is that radiation, it's something that you can't feel, smell,
Right.
none of that. It'll just go through you. It's called ionizing radiation. So you could be picking up 100 RAM and we can all be in this room right now.
Right.
And you wouldn't know it until the next day where you actually bleeding out through your eyeballs. Yeah. So we need this equipment on us. So
we need you.
Oh yeah, you
we
need.
We
well,
need
yeah,
you
definitely
to
need
make
me.
sure these things are happening because I couldn't.
Right, because you got to get certified for it in order to
crazy.
be able to make sure the public is safe.
Right, it's safe. So how long have you been doing this? Like 10 years, 15 years?
About 15 years. Yeah.
15 years?
Yep, 15 years. Mm-hmm.
Almost 2 decades, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 2 decades. Like, does it get old? Like, does it get like?
It does. It can. You know, if it's not something that you love to do, it's still a job.
Okay.
Right. But it's always interesting to go out and then the good part of it is that you helping the community. Like you're really there as a safe haven for people. So even like with the mag particles and the penetrant, we go test the rides for Disney, Busch Gardens, so roller coasters. We got to go up there and do that on there to make sure none of that stuff is cracked. So when you on the ride, it's not just tearing apart on you.
So y'all are like in different
fields.
Aspects. Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So you got the gas, you got aerospace, and then you got like the car industry, engines. Like a lot of the NASCAR, they send their engines in to make sure that the parts is not cracked while it's getting up to a certain amount of temperatures. Because in NASCAR, they're running all day. So if those engines crack, they can't, if the engines crack, they can't,
That's it. So shifting gears a little bit. So what got, just a hair, right?
Right.
What got you into that field? Like that's such a rare field. And then from where you come from, like what interests you?
Just being broke.
How did you find out about it?
So being broke got me to want to know, what else is out there that I could do to make money besides something else in the streets.
So how did you go about navigating your way to finding
through my ex-wife? Dad actually had his own inspection company. So, he was the one explaining to me the field. And I was like, okay, well, you making this amount of money? Okay, I want to go do that. Yeah.
It's not about what you know all the time, people. It's about who you know.
Definitely.
Get with the right people. Get connected.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I tell my people all the time, get connected. Stay connected. Network.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
So I want to throw this picture up here right now. That picture right there, what does that mean to you? Who are all those people?
Man, I'm a crier, man. You about to have me around here shedding some tears. Because, at first I looked at that picture and I never thought or even had like an idea of what that picture meant to me. But, that's my family, man. That's who I love. That's who I take care of. So that's my wife. That's my daughter. My daughters, my son. One of my daughters is not there. That's my mom, my nieces, and my nephew.
And which one's your mom?
My mom is right next to me on the left-hand side, or maybe my right.
Blue,
it'll be in my right side. She's in that little sweater, yeah.
Got you.
Yep.
Who's in the pink there?
That's my wife. That's
okay,
Nikki.
got you.
Yep, and that's my little sister down there holding my youngest daughter.
Oh, so cute. Cute. She looks just like you.
Yep, that's my baby, man.
Just like you. That is crazy. And then him, that's your son. What's your son's name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yep. That's my twin, man. He act just like me. That's he's my spitting image.
I mean, he literally is you. Like that's you right there.
Yeah. Same demeanor, same temperament, everything.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So, looking at your children, like, what have they taught you?
Man, you know what? They taught me that what you're going through in life. You can't sometimes reflect your upbringing on your kids because I used to try to say, well, when I was a kid, this is what I went through, so you should be fine. You ain't going through what I went through.
Right.
But my daughter told me one time, she like, Dad, just because you're not I didn't go through what you're going through. Still, my same struggles and my stresses is different than what yours was. So then I had to learn to take that in. Like, dang, you're right. Just
Right,
because your
right,
lights and
right,
water wasn't cut off as a kid, don't mean that you going to school and getting bullied or something else going on.
right.
Isn't just as detrimental to you as that was to me. The things I was going through as a kid. So that's what my kids probably definitely taught me in life,
Wow.
that I can't reflect my life and my upbringing on them. I got to look at them differently than how I grew up. I can't say, oh, well, you got to sit here and eat all your food, or
Right.
oh, you shouldn't be worried about this because you got money, or you well taken care of. You know, kids go through different things. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So,
Absolutely.
yep.
So with that being said, what are your thoughts on in this new day and age, they call it gentle parenting.
hmm
What are your thoughts on gentle parenting?
I'm not even quite sure the term, but I get it as far as you know, like how we was raised, maybe getting whoopings and things like
Right. So
that.
that's what I'm
Right.
referring
Yeah,
to. So
yeah,
gentle
yeah.
parenting is not whooping your kids,
Okay.
not chastising your kids in
Okay.
the way that you were when you were
When
young.
I
So
was a
this is a
kid.
new form of
Right.
parenting, which is called gentle parenting.
Okay,
So how
okay.
do you feel like, do you sometimes use gentle parenting in your household, or is it a combination of both, or what?
Definitely. Like I think nowadays my kids got a lot more say so than what I had.
Okay,
So like
okay,
I allow them to speak their mind because I
okay.
want to know what they're going through and how they feeling.
So you
When I was a
allow them
kid, I
to ask
wasn't able.
why.
Right. I allowed them to ask why. And if they ask too many times, then I go back to the old parents. It is because it's what I said it.
Oh my God,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. So go back to your career really quick. What is some advice? What is one piece of advice you would give to somebody like going into your field of work?
Um, Advice is you just gotta kind of go out, do all the studying you can on the industry if
Hmm.
that's what you're trying to get into, and find somebody that actually does it, and try to learn everything you can to get in it because it's not that hard to get into.
Right.
It's just something that's been kind of kept away from a lot of people because a lot of people don't know. I was going to say, black and white, use that like because a lot of like when I go on pipelines and I'm working in natural gas, you don't see a lot of black people out there. I'm like one
Mm.
of the only ones. You know what I'm
Wow. No
saying? So
way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you see like a
That's
lot of welders
crazy.
because I am a certified welder. You see a lot of welders that's white. You see a lot of people in my industry that's inspecting that's white. You don't see any black people. So when I come out there, sometimes I've been out there as the technician and I have a white helper and they go to the white helper thinking he's the technician.
Oh wow.
Right. So it's kind of just that stigmatism out
Right,
there
right,
on
right,
that.
right.
So, figure it out, make sure it's something that you want to do. And that's just pipeline. So if
Right,
you're in
right.
aerospace or if you're doing military, it could be different, but I've only done natural gas. So I can only speak on that. Yeah.
That's crazy. Like
hmm
you're the only black person sometimes out
Oh
there
yeah.
in the field. I mean,
Oh
that
yeah.
that must be challenging for you. Is it challenging for you? I don't want to put words in your
Not
mouth. Is
not
it
really. I
challenging for
mean,
you?
it can be, but I come from a sales background,
Hmm.
so even if I'm out there and these guys they talk about hunting or they like to
Right.
go fishing, I can mingle with anybody.
I like
So you
that.
know what I'm saying? And
Like
I
a
don't
chameleon.
right,
Right.
yeah, I'm a chameleon and I use that as my advantage.
Right.
So when I'm out there, I talk about whatever they want to talk about just to make sure I'm getting my check. Because when you see them 3,500 coming there every week,
Right.
I don't care what they out there talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
You're
Yeah.
making money. You're getting paid,
Right.
and you're being a social butterfly.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
You're spreading your
Exactly.
wings. You're flying.
Exactly.
So tell me about the three most influential people in your life and how they have impacted you.
Okay. So one would probably be my uncle, Johnny
Uncle Johnny.
Spradley. Yep.
Shout out to
He's the
Uncle
one
Johnny.
who taught me how to cook.
Really?
Well, I ain't gonna say taught me because I learned as a kid,
Hmm.
fending for ourselves and growing up the way we did without no parenting. We had to cook, so we had to make things out of nothing half the time. Like I don't care about going in there, opening up a can of corn and making some
Okay.
rice and putting some butter on it and eating
Yeah.
it. So I can, so he the one took me in when my mom was dealing with her troubles and showed me how to cook, showed
Hmm.
me how to be a father, how to take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he's one of them. I would say my wife, Nicole, she definitely taught me a lot about life. Even being way younger than me being with her, she showed me a lot about myself that I
How's
can't.
she doing, by the way? How's she
Oh,
doing?
she's doing good.
She's doing
She's
good.
doing good.
She's doing
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. She's somebody that
She's
definitely
amazing.
uplifted me to, you know, become a person like who I am to this day, man. Because I was going down the wrong, you know, no matter how much
Right.
money you're making, you can still be going
Going
down
down
the
the
wrong
wrong
path.
road? Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, yeah, her and then my kids, man. Oh, my mom, I throw my mom in there too.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even though she went through her troubles, she showed me that, you know, whatever you're going through, you can get through it. So yeah.
So speaking about struggles and speaking about stuff like that, China,
Mm.
right? Your sixth child that passed away at
She was my first
birth.
child.
Your
Yep.
first child.
Yep. When I was 19, she was born and she didn't make it because she was premature. She was a preemie, so she was born when she was 6 months old, and pretty much had complications and passed away. So I mean, you know, she's somebody I hold near and dear to my heart. She kind of been like my angel out here.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So I would really have 6 kids. She would be probably about 24 or 5 right now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is something. So
Yeah.
you really lived through it.
Oh yeah.
You really lived through it.
Yeah.
I mean, dealing
Everybody.
with
That's
that-
why I got a tattoo, China the Untold Story. 'Cause I
Oh,
do feel like everybody, no matter who you are, where you come from, you got a story to tell. You know, in your life, and you know, I do feel like she wasn't able to tell her story, so that's why I tattooed that on me, China the Untold Story on me. Yeah.
wow. I love that. And you
Yeah.
have that as a memory of her, right?
Yeah.
And how old were you
At that time,
at that time of her passing?
19. I want to say I was 19. I was in
So
college.
you were still
I was in
just
Utah.
like trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to quit football and all that because I was in college on a scholarship, and you know, when I found out that my baby mom at the time was pregnant, I was gonna come home and just try to get a job and, you know, take care of my kids because my kids is something that's near and dear to me. So yeah, I was gonna come home and just give it all up and say, yeah, I'm gonna come home and just take care of her. But she wound up passing away, so it kept me in college. It kept me going, you know, doing what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Not to dampen the moment, but I definitely wanted to highlight your daughter China. I know we talked off camera about
Yeah.
about her, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Appreciate
know
that,
that
man.
you're a strong person, but
Yeah.
you got to, like they say, you got to check on your strong friends, right?
Oh yeah.
So okay, so I have some to lighten the mood up, right? I have some questions
Yeah.
from our
Yeah.
online viewers here,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
We like to keep things spicy at the show, kind of, at the office, right?
Right.
So one question is, if you were on a desert island, what is one thing that you would bring with you?
Y'all ain't gonna like this answer, but
Here we go.
my Bible. That'll be it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna bring. That's the only book I ever read in my life.
He did turn water into wine.
Yeah. So the Bible. I'm not a reader. I don't read books. I rather watch the movie. I know they
Yeah.
say the books are better. The only book I ever read was the Bible.
So
and
why
I
the
got
Bible?
through it. Because I was searching for myself. I was searching. Yeah, I was trying to find me.
Okay.
So through reading it, I found myself, and I found kind of pretty much my purpose.
Wow.
And you know what? At that time, I didn't, but as I go on in life, everything that I've read, it makes sense to me in my life to this point.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's the reason why I am who I am to this day. Yeah. Because
Wow.
it ain't because of me.
Right. It's
I
'cause of
should have
him.
been dead. You know, I've been shot and everything. Y'all
Listen,
came and
well,
actually looked out for me when that happened. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
but-
we thank God for you, man.
Yeah.
We
I
absolutely
appreciate
thank
y'all
God for
too.
you. We
I
thank God for
appreciate you
man.
too.
Another question from our viewers is, if you could control time, which period would you go to? The past, the present, or I'm Gucci. I'm good where I am.
I'll go to my past.
Why the
I hate when
past?
people say they want to go back. I mean, because I feel like it's so many different things. If I knew I could go back to my past and I get to keep what I know now,
Yeah.
I would be a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? All the mistakes I made and
Right.
different things like that. Yeah, I would go back to
But
my
don't you
past.
think like those mistakes made you the person that you are
They
today?
did, but if you already know the mistakes you're gonna make and you can go and correct them, you still better because you already know what to do.
You already had the insight. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, like I can go back and change up a lot of stuff, man. So I would go back to my past because, my passion was playing football. So, and I quit that just because of my kid, like because of relationships.
Yeah.
So I know relationships is going to be there. I know I'm already meet Nikki. So it's like I might as well. I can just let all these other women go and just focus on what I need to focus on. You know what I'm saying? And then I know my baby coming down the line. Boom, I got her. I got the money and everything.
I love that. See, you're a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
You're a thinker, man. You're a thinker. This is one of the reasons why I love you, man. You're a thinker. Another question is, what are you most grateful for?
Probably my kids. Yeah, my kids, man, they showed me a lot. That's something I always wanted was kids. So, yeah, I see myself, in them. And, I know you're not supposed to live through your kids, but I like seeing them and pray that I could be here to see, where they go at in life. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So they're watching this right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to tell them
Man,
going into this world?
Keep going. Don't give up. Whatever you do, keep, because one thing I can say is this about myself. I definitely used to have that passion, that drive, like when I knew what I wanted. And a lot of times you might, like when I wanted football, I would get up 6 a.m, go run, do sit-ups, push-ups. I know it don't look like that now, but I used to work out and I used to have a 6-pack. So, I could, I used to be passionate about something, and I saw myself every day I was working on what I wanted. It was becoming closer and closer. Like I could see myself going to the NFL.
Right.
And even like what you do or what anybody do, as long as you keep going, one day it's gonna pop because you never gave up. You know what I'm saying? Right. And this is what you did every day. This is what you strive for. So for them, I would tell them, whatever you want to do in life, just keep doing it, and one day you're gonna get there. And that's the truth with everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's a piece of advice that I'm gonna take, and I hope everybody else take the same advice. So that's for your kids, right? If you could go back, right? We talked about that, right? If you could go back, right, and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I was gonna say something. Say that. Leave them girls alone.
Leave them girls alone.
I was gonna say something else.
Leave them girls alone.
But leave them alone. You know what I'm saying?
Leave them girls
alone. I ain't
alone.
gonna say what I was gonna say, but yeah. Focus on what I need to do, man. Just stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Leave them girls alone. That's gonna be like cool.
Right.
Illustrate or something. Leave them girls alone. Please leave them girls alone.
Please leave them alone. I mean, they gonna be there, man. They gonna be there. They gonna be there. They gonna be there. Yep. They gonna be there.
Yeah,
no matter what you're doing, they gonna be there. So you got time. Don't think you gotta rush it. And men, we age like wine, nothing against women.
I mean, again, you're aging literally like wine.
Yeah, I could be 50 and go get me a 25-year-old if I wanted to.
If you wanted to.
You know what I'm saying?
So any closing thoughts for our audience here?
I really don't have no closing thoughts, man. If you want to get into the NDT world,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, go Google NDT, which stands for non-destructive testing. It's a lot of different things you can do with that. You can be a welding inspector. You could. It's so many different fields in that, and it's a great industry to be in because they're gonna always need it.
And very lucrative.
Yeah.
Too, right?
Yeah.
You're making thousands of dollars.
Yeah, you make good money.
If you don't mind, like how much, like a tip, like.
Well, so the low end, $1,500 a week if you just doing odd end jobs. Yeah, because you can make right now about $45 an hour doing it. And then you can make up to, if you're on a good job, like say like a pipeline job, you can make $5,600 a week. I was making $5,600 a week back in like 2015, 16, 17. It doesn't change now. I ain't making that now. Woo! But yeah, at that time, I was making big money. But I mean, I still make over $150,000. In that industry, you'll make over that a year.
6 figures, period.
Yeah, period.
I mean, that's amazing.
Depending on how far you want to take it. Yeah, because I mean, you could go 40 hours a week, work at home, and not travel. So if you're traveling, then you make more money. If you're just at home, then
because you get like per diem.
Right, you get per diem and all that. If you're just making $30 an hour, then but that's not bad money.
No, that's not. That's
Yeah.
excellent money.
I know, I say
Like,
that, but
that's
I ain't
excellent
seen that in
money.
so long. So,
Like,
you know, for
that's-
me, it's a little different. I don't even,
mean,
I can't even go back to that. I
that's-
wouldn't be able to eat. At least that's how I think.
Right,
You know,
right.
because of that family y'all seen on there. I try to help
Yeah.
out my peoples. Man.
Absolutely. You've always
Yeah.
been a giver, man. That's one
Yeah.
thing I loved about you, and I want to give you your flowers right now and say thank you. You know, thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for coming on this show and actually, you know, being a part of this movement, which is informing the community about different opportunities that are out there.
Right.
You know, it's not
Right.
just singing and, you know, no dig to myself because I'm a singer, but it's not just singing and,
very
and
good one at
dancing
that.
and
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But it's not just singing in sports, ladies and gentlemen, that you can do and you can be passionate about. You can be passionate
That's
about,
right.
you know, anything. So definitely like you did, you know, get out there, do your research.
Yeah.
Right? Connect with people.
As you build relationships in this industry, it goes a long way because you got people that become big wigs like
Right,
at Dominion or Duke Energy, and they're like, hey, I knew that dude Eric, you know, Davis, and he was a good employee. I want him on with me. Or, you know, you never know. Like another thing, do not, and I know we're closing out, but don't treat the people at the bottom bad, because I've seen people be laborers and all that good stuff, and they come up and I go on another job and they out there as the big wig, and it's like, oh bro, I remember you.
Right,
Man, you were so cool to me. You know what I'm saying? You never treated me
never
bad.
know.
Oh, you need them 12 hours here? I'm gonna sign off on that for you. And that goes a long way.
That's why
and
I
I
always
always try to
say-
lead with that.
I always say treat that janitor, that person
Right.
that's like you do the CEO.
That's right.
Treat everybody with respect
right,
and with
man.
dignity, because that's what we all deserve.
Right, and not for
Dignity
nothing,
and
not
respect.
just because I'm looking for something. That's just
Right.
I lead with that. I lead with that. I
Right,
lead with
absolutely.
respect, no matter what you're doing. You know, because even people coming to me, I make 18, 19, bro. I just got a job making $19 an hour. I never go try to belittle them and say, oh,
Right.
bro, I make this amount. I don't do that. I'm like, man, that's what's up.
That's good.
I'm proud of you, bro. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, good job. You know, because it's not what you do, how much money you make.
Right.
It's what
you do with it,
what you
with
make.
what you make. That is
Right.
true.
Yep.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for being here to the show. Please don't be a stranger, E. Please don't be a stranger.
I'll come back anytime,
We gotta
man.
have you back, because
I'll come back anytime.
I want to know more.
Yeah.
I want to know more about the job. I want to dive deep.
Right.
But thank you so much for being here. You know, it's been a pleasure. Listen, I love you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.
Walking like you're talking, and talk it, going and shout it